Hey everyone, it's Greg from Stationery Shenanigans. Happy Saturday, and I'm trying to do a Saturdays are for Stationery video. Now I tried to do a live stream this morning, but both my the webcam audio wouldn't work, even though the video would work. And then I switched to do a YouTube live stream on my phone, and the functionality to make it horizontal has changed again, and it won't show up on my screen. And I just was getting so frustrated. So instead of doing a live stream, which is what I really wanted to do, I don't want to not do my 20 to 30 minutes of journaling I promised myself I'd have time for this morning. So I'm just going to record a video and then upload it later for y'all and just share what we did together. So I'm sorry for that. I really need your recommendations on how you do your live stream setups, because for some reason it just doesn't work for me anymore. Both technology, the YouTube platform, I don't know what's going on, so I need to figure out a way to easily and quickly be able to do live streams without having all these technological hurdles. Otherwise, I'm not going to be able to do them because it's just I just feel so frustrated right now, but we're just going to let it go. And I'm going to continue with my plan and pretend that you're here with me live, so drop some comments down below and I'll be sure to respond to them. But yeah, this is what we're going to do this morning. Last night, I loaded up my little Clyde tote that I love that I got from Omoi in Philly on my trip for my conference. And I just picked a few things that I'm going to put in my traveler's notebook and a few tools that I'm going to work with. Now, I do this to avoid the choice overload and that overwhelming feeling you get when you're not sure which stickers to choose, which washi to choose, which pen to write with, all that fun stuff that we struggle with. And I can only work with basically what's in this bag right now. So that's what we're doing. So I have my traveler's notebook, which I've added a new, I made the cover from this notebook. I don't remember if it was on a live stream, but I took, from my favorite planner video, I took a map of Warsaw from the back of the planner and I cut it out and I pasted it kind of like as the cover for this notebook. And then just put in a few random bits of ephemera that I still had in here. And then this is just a lined Traveler's Company notebook, so we're going to work with that this morning. I have a few bits of ephemera, but I actually want to work on something different. I know it's April now, but I had got from Paper Pens and Coffee from Katrina. I forget what she called this. I'm sorry, Katrina. It's like a monthly thing you can get with printouts. This one was for March, so we're a little behind schedule, but that's okay. And it's got like a March bingo card, some journaling prompts, some affirmations. I printed this out at work because I want to be able to have it in color. And I should have just read all the files before I tried to print them, because what I did is I wanted to make them smaller, or so I thought. So I copied them, pasted them into a Word document, and then printed it. And then I realized that Katrina makes the file so it can just be one PDF and you can just print that. Instead, I was like copy and pasting from bits of what I wanted. So I should have read and took my time before I jumped into it. So that's my fault, but I'm excited to try this. We're gonna do kind of like a look back to March, I guess, and do the bingo card maybe that way. Then I have from February some free printables from Linda from Tortajala is her account name. She, on her website, she has these downloadable designs that you can choose, and there's so many to choose from, so I definitely recommend checking it out. I'll link her channel below, but obviously I'll try to link her website link too. But I might have printed these on separate occasions and just put them in my to journal pile, but I know she had made special ones for Lunar New Year and Chinese New Year, so that's why I printed these. I just really liked the designs. Again, we're a few months behind, but that's perfectly okay. And then I just like this kind of like green and beige stripes. And then this is kind of like vintagey paper. So I just love that. So I don't have a color printer at home. I have a color printer where my desk is at the university. So sometimes I can use that. So I'm just printing things as I go and saving them for later when I actually have a chance to journal. So enough about that. I got a clampy here, just my normal kind of everyday traveler's notebooks tools that I got. I picked 2 washi tapes, just this thin one. I have a Staedtler eraser, some Tombow Air. This is like my favorite adhesive. My Parrot pencil sharpener because I love parrots. This tote does fit a lot, by the way. And it's not too heavy when you put stuff in it. I think that's one reason why I love it so much. Scissors for my Penko scissors. I love these. These are super sharp. We just got a Micron PN from Sakura, just a Jetstream ballpoint. This Pentel Matte Hop, which I posted probably in my last Tokyo Pen Shop haul video. Here's another washi tape. I call this like 1920s Art Deco. I don't know why. It just reminds me of like those old Art Deco buildings like that you see in like New York or, you know, major cities. I don't know why. And I got color pencils and my Gravy glitter gel pens. I don't know if I'm gonna end up using these. We're just gonna see how it goes. But I'm only working with these things. That's the point of these kind of like express stationery journaling videos. So you don't want to spend so much time picking through all the stuff that you have. You just want to pick something and keep going. Oh, and I grabbed some stickers. So I just have these like cat stickers. Since we're doing like a Chinese Asian theme with some of Linda's printables, I have these from Cute Cut Craft, which I got a while ago from Amber. I got these through her like PR code, Amber's Journey. And then these Chinese food stickers that I got in Boston. And these I actually got at Dollar Tree. And probably these I got at Dollar Tree too, or like something like Five Below. I don't know what, when, or where I got them or why, but that's what we're working with. So let's start off with kind of the March packet from Kat and see what we can do with that. All right, so I think what I want to do with Kat's printouts, I'm going to use this like fabulous March collage that she made as kind of just like my opening sheet or like my cover for it. Then maybe put a little bit of some of the inspirational stuff and then maybe do the bingo card last. And then we'll see what we ended up getting up to in March. So I'm just cutting this out here. Y'all, it's been so long since I've done any kind of like real journaling. I have been doing more reflective type journaling, and I'm going to talk about that later because I don't want to, you know, when you don't want to talk about something because you don't want to like jinx it yet, because I've been pretty consistent with it and it's kind of helped me get out of like my journaling funk, but I feel like I'm not fully out of the funk yet, so I don't want to say anything until the funk is gone. So yeah, I'll post about it soon. It's a really interesting approach to journaling that doesn't take much time, and I kind of wish I started doing it before. So I'm gonna put this like March thing here on the first page. I'm gonna use my Tombow adhesive. So how are you all doing? I know it's April. I feel like besides everything happening in the world, which is just purely crazy, also the weather's been kind of weird. It's been like hot here, like one day it was 90, and then it went back down to like 35. We had tornadoes in the western part of the state. I've seen storms all over. It's just like, I don't know what's going on. So I'm gonna cut out one of her, oh no, these are prompts, sorry. Let's cut out one of the, either the affirmations or one of the other pictures. I feel like an affirmation would go good here under the words. So we have, I release the heaviness of winter and breathe the freshness of spring. Just as trees don't rush to bloom, we don't need to force progress. As the first buds of spring, I am awakening to new possibilities and opportunities. I honor both the stillness and movement with me, knowing that both are essential to my journey. I'm gonna pick the one that I feel like closest resembles my mood, and probably it's that I'm awakening to new possibilities and opportunities, because I just have a lot happening like career-wise and PhD-wise. So for those of you who might be new, I teach college and I'm doing my PhD. And I have a lot of stuff changing. I'm in my last 3 weeks of coursework. From now on, I just work on my own individual research, which is exciting and scary. That's what I do for the next 3 years. And I'm also teaching a summer high school program, which I've never done something like that before, and I'm really excited. And then I'm also teaching a summer class. So just a lot of like different things are happening. Let's try writing in the Pentel matte pen. I'm just gonna put something like, I know March has passed. It's now April. But it's never too late. Wow, this like goes down really thick. And then I'm just gonna draw a little cat face. Okay. So for those of you curious who want to see how the Pentel matte comes through, that is, first of all, the blue, I love this blue. This is just like perfect blue to me, and I'm gonna let it dry for a second, but it reminds me of the blue fountain pen ink that I wanted from, well, I had, but when I left Russia, I couldn't bring that much stuff, so I had to throw it out, but it was the Pilot Namiki blue ink, just plain blue from Pilot. And I keep talking about it, and it's just a sign that I just need to order another one and find it and just buy another one, because I loved using that ink. Yeah, I really like just having kind of like an opener page, so we're gonna have that there. And let's pick what we're gonna do next. Let's maybe take, well, I kind of want to do, okay, she has the scavenger hunt. Let's do, first let's just cut out the bingo. We'll just get that, because I know I want to do the bingo. I think that's a really fun, like, journaling prompt. I know Katrina has already made stuff probably for April. She's probably already working on something for May, I don't know, but like, I'm so behind that I haven't even thought about getting something for April, so. And I think when she created these things, she offered a discount if you bought them earlier, but because I'm so behind, that's okay. I'd rather spend the money to support an artist than support, you know, strangers or big corporations, so. I'm gonna see if it's, wow, look how, like, this is just, the Pentel matte have, I'm telling you, Pentel is the unsung hero of the stationery world. That brand does not get enough, like, praise compared to like Pilot and Uni and all them, but like, look how awesome that is. Okay. So I'm gonna paste, let's see if the bingo card will fit on a Traveler's. Yep, it fits perfectly. I'm gonna put that in the middle here. Just gonna use the Tombow. Nothing too fancy. I wish we could be doing this together on a live stream, but I don't know. I'm just getting so, is it just because I'm getting older that like technology just annoys me sometimes? So we got our bingo card here. And let's see if maybe we can, let's add a little washi tape to like the border of it. This is MT washi tape. Well, I guess I can't add too much. We'll just, actually, we're not gonna cover the paper with the washi tape. We're just gonna add it for decoration because it'll cover the words, kind of. I kind of just wanna put it on like the side here. And it goes with the vibe, it's green. So yeah, I have a few weeks left in the semester. And I'm writing 2 major final projects. I'm creating a training for college teachers. I'm writing like a linguistics analysis for critical discourse analysis on how teachers can, I'm basically creating this like self-assessment tool so teachers can make sure that they're using like anti-racist pedagogy in their teaching and that they're considering power struggles between students and institutions in the world around them and creating more equitable like ways to teach writing classes. Might have not explained that very well, but also I'm not finished, so I couldn't 100% tell you how the final product's gonna look. But anyway, okay, so we put some washi tape around that for funsies. And I would love to use a highlighter to like use the bingo card. So let me see. Do I got a green? Okay, hold up. Just kidding. Better idea. Let's use colored pencils to color the background of this. And I think I'm just going to take let's just do like the light green and the green. So bingo card, notice the first signs of spring. I've definitely noticed when like leaves are budding. Soak up the warm rays of sun for 5 minutes. Don't forget your sunscreen. I did do that in the park the other day. The other morning I walked in the park. Even though it was cold, but I like the cold, so it doesn't bother me. But the sun was shining and I was thinking about that. Enjoy a day without any distractions. Didn't happen. Go forest bathing. Didn't happen. Buy a new tea or coffee to try. I did. I'm trying a new, it's from Kroger, or like, I don't know if it's Kroger, but it's the brand like organic, Simple Organics or something that's like they sell at Kroger. But there's a chamomile lemon balm tea, herbal tea that I bought and tried, and it's really good. So if you have a Kroger near you, try something new. I have not tried anything new. My bad. Listen to another podcast. I actually have. When I was at the conference, I met a woman she's a professor in Louisiana, and she is doing like this experiment with her English classes, and she started a podcast for it. So I have started listening to it. If you have a plant that has babies, transplant them. Didn't happen yet. Have a coffee date with a friend, catch up. Been trying to do that for a few weeks, hasn't happened. When you're outside, take time to notice the scents of the season. Haven't done that. Whoops. Take a photograph of a transition moment, then document about it. Haven't done that. Write down 5 things you were looking forward to in March. I'm going to say I did do that because, well, March is over. I'm going to say I did do that because on my like bucket list for the semester, I wrote down things that I was looking forward to doing. So I think that counts. Free space. Okay. We're just going to color it in for fun. I like this bingo idea. This is kind of cool. Time out from an unimportant technology. Haven't done that. Read a book, try a new genre. I'm reading a book, which I'll talk about next. I haven't tried a new genre, but it's a genre that like I've been into lately that I'm really interested in reading more of, so that's going to count. Journal about a recent personal growth moment. Felt like I haven't done that. 5 deep breaths. Haven't done that. Watch the sunset. Haven't done that. Set a new intention during the new moon, which is March 29th. I am going to say I did kind of set a new intention, and that intention is to try to get back into the things that I liked before, like very specific things. I used to like going to the gym at a specific time. I don't know why. Of the evening, and I hadn't been going at that time, and now I'm going back at that same time, and I feel better. So I've been using the Aura Ring, right, and it like tracks your chronotype and like when like the best time of the day is for your body and like your best sleep for your body. And so like that's kind of shifted my perspective too, is like I realized I was off my normal chronotype for a while. So maybe that has something to do with it. I don't know. Try out a new craft or hobby that has been on your list. Have not done that, sadly. Take a walk around your favorite place. I just got to go to Philly for my conference at the end of March. I walked to the old, pizza place I used to go to. I walked past my old job. I went to some of my favorite neighborhoods, so like that counts. Make a playlist of your favorite song of your younger years. Now that I haven't done, but that's a good idea. Write a letter to the season of spring. Haven't done that, but that sounds awesome. At this point, it's like I think I just need to write a letter to summer because I'm so behind. Watch the sunrise. I have done that, surprisingly. So I've lived in a few different places around the world, and I've traveled a lot. And I will say that for some reason, I don't know why, the most beautiful sunrises and sunsets I've seen in my life are here in East Tennessee. I don't know if it has something to do with the mountains or something like that, but like they're just always so beautiful. And I just feel like I don't remember them everywhere else I live. So take a day trip to somewhere new. Did I take a day trip? I did. It technically wasn't March, but we're going to count it. I went to Dayton, Ohio last Saturday. So that counts. I'd only driven through Dayton, but this time I stopped to go to the art museum, which was super awesome. So that's gonna count. Okay, so we've got a good number of items on our March reflective bingo card. Like I said, it's April, so we're behind schedule. But I really like this idea, and it's almost like instead of creating a to-do list, you could create just a bingo list. It makes it more fun, kind of crossing off the things that you've done. I don't know, but thanks to Katrina for doing that. That is so cool. Let's see if there's something else we can use from her to kind of put on here. So she's got like some quotes on these images. Spring unlocks the flowers to paint the laughing soil. Adapt the pace of nature. Her secret is patience. Look, the first buds of spring. Okay. I'm gonna put the Ralph Waldo Emerson. No, actually, wait, there's affirmations, a journaling card, what's blooming this season, jot down a few habits. Okay, I might use this jot down a few habits. I like that. Let's just cut this out here. And these don't have to be habits that I've kept religiously. They can be things that I'm thinking about that I would like to continue, I guess. And then also her created by a little logo. I do want to cut that out too and put it under the bingo. Not that I'll forget, but I just like that. Okay. Okay. Oh my goodness, it's almost 12 o'clock and I told myself I needed to be finished by 12, so we're just gonna do this quickly. But yeah, just to get us going again. And maybe I'm just gonna do a little bit of colored pencil, go around the borders of it, just for fun. Okay. And then we're gonna paste in our blooming idea. I'm just gonna put that directly across here. Okay, so what's blooming in you this season? Jot down a few habits, self-care rituals, mindset, or shifts that you'd like to nurture. Let's try using this Jetstream pen because I feel like it would work well on like computer printer paper. I'm not sure if a fountain pen stitch would work well, so I don't want to risk it. But let's think of some new habits or self-care rituals. I think one kind of new habit that I've done recently is having a cup of black tea in like the evening or after dinner to kind of give me a kick of energy. So I'm just gonna write like black tea evening. Okay, and then I'm gonna put gym at certain times. Another thing I want to do is I'm gonna put a star next to it because it's something I want to start doing. Go to the library more. I have to do a lot of work and stuff for my summer work, basically for my comprehensive exam that's taken in September, and I kind of just decided when the students are all gone, come mid-May, and everything's more peaceful across campus, across town really, I want to go to the library, like maybe in the mornings, to read for a few hours, to prep. There's like a space that we have access to. I actually have my own little like cubicle. It's not private, like I can't leave stuff in the cubicle, but I have a like dedicated space where I'm actually allowed to leave my books that I'm using from the library, like on a shelf at the cubicle, which is pretty nice. So I want to start doing that more. I want to be more immersed into those kind of things. So I guess another thing I want to do is, I guess, read more. I mean, I read a lot, but I want to read more deeply or read with more intention. So let's put read more deeply. And then I think my other habit or ritual, self-care ritual, is I just want to leave space open for stuff that happens. Like I feel like the past few weeks, everything has been so like timed. Okay, I have to work for my this job 8 to 5. At 5:30, I have to go here. At 7:15, I have to be here. And it just has felt so rigid. So I guess a way to describe that is just to leave more space. And I mean that for like everything, for friendships, for journaling time. You know, I don't know. There's just something about that I wanna consider more. So this is a good little prompt. I love the bingo card. That is awesome. Thank you, Kat. But I did give myself a time limit. I know, ironic, right? That I said that I have to leave more space, but I truly have to do a bunch of things today, and I'm going to the movies at 4 o'clock, so I have a lot on my to-do list. But before I go, I wanted to share the current book that I'm reading, because we used to do that on my live stream. I'm sorry that I didn't get to do Linda's printouts today, but I think that's actually kind of a good sign, because I might end up using it in a different way, and this will give me more time to think about it. Just because Chinese New Year is over doesn't mean we can't journal about it, right? So we're just going to be behind the schedule a little bit. So I will save that for the next video, maybe the next live stream. Thank you, Linda. I am reading, I'm almost done. I am reading Connie Chung's memoir. Now, if you don't know who Connie Chung is, she is like a famous like newscaster in the United States. And this book, I'm not even really into memoir. Sometimes I am. I had a vibe. When I saw it at the library, I said, I'm getting it. This book is probably one of the best books I've read across the board in like the last year or two. Like her story about like what her family went through to like leave China, what she went through to like get herself where she is absolutely fascinating. I'm not even into the news. I'm not immersed in that world at all. I didn't major in journalism, like those kind of things. But just her writing, it feels so authentic, and her story feels so, even though it's not what I went through, it just feels relatable somehow. So this book is amazing. I want to say it came out in 2024, so it's not the newest. Yeah, so it might not be the newest book, but it is fascinating. She's also got like some color photos over the years of what she did. And it's an easy, I don't want to say it's an easy read, but it's like an enjoyable memoir to read. And it's just fascinating. I'm even considering somewhat illegally, but not illegally, like scanning a page or two to assign to my students to read, because in the fall I'm teaching like a cross-cultural composition, and I want them to like, so I kind of want to even share part of what her family did to like leave China, and then all of the cultural things that she had to deal with, like being the only daughter born in the US when they got to the US, because all her sisters were born in China. It's just fascinating. Plus, like, she obviously, like, kind of, breaking the glass ceiling situation of being a woman in a man's world in the 60s and 70s. Obviously, there's that whole trope, too. But it's just fascinating. We love Connie Chung, and if you get a chance to read this book, even if you're not into memoirs, I promise you, it is a fascinating read. So, it's Connie, a memoir by Connie Chung. So, all right, thank you all for joining me in this little Saturday morning journaling session. Hopefully we can do live streams again. Please put a comment below and let me know what you're up to this weekend, and I will see you all next time. Take care.